for a few people to join. I'm going to try this a third time. Let's see if we can get this fabric storage video done. I'm doing it live because I figured that way I won't nitpick myself. And I hope you guys can hear me. I don't know. I got my Bluetooth on. But anyways, we're going to try this updated version. Again, it cut me off. The first time it didn't save and it didn't download. It deleted. Second time, it cut me off at 12 minutes. Not sure why, but it cut me off. So, all right. Ooh. Ooh, look at this. Hello there. I can change the colors. This is awesome. Oh no, we don't want that. We want you guys to see. And this is I really need to take my time and play with this. So hello, welcome. I'm Miss Wendy by Design. And hey, how are you? Nice to see you. I know I've been working. So I guess I'll just do normal so you guys can, I'll play with it another time. So I'm just getting off work. Can you hear me okay? Does it sound like it's coming through my Bluetooth, or does it sound like it's coming, like you're hearing me through the phone? So I guess let me stand back some. Is my voice getting lower or is it the same? Can someone let me know? Yes. You can hear it just a bit low. How about now? Is that better? Because someone said they couldn't hear. Just barely. Can you hear me now? Is it coming through the phone? It's the same? No. I wonder if this... I turned this off. Can you hear me now? I put this on so you guys can hear me better, but I guess you can hear me better. Guess you can hear me better without this. So, all right. Thank you. So this is what we're going to do. These are the things you need, and I'm going to do this video again. So if you have any questions, of course, when I turn the camera around and I start to look at what I'm doing, if you have any specific questions or anything particularly you want me to address, let me know now, because once I turn the camera, I'm going to be turning away from me and I will not see your comments. And unfortunately, once I save the video and it is posted, I will not be able to see the comments. So, does anyone have any particular questions, even if it has to do with another video I may have posted? I plan on doing this more often. That way I don't have to beat myself to death about never. And that is what got cut off on the last video. Thank you for asking. I pulled one of the very first boxes I wrapped fabric in, and it's quilting fabric, because I started off with quilting fabric and it is not damaged. I'm going to pull that out. Let me grab that while you guys think of something else to ask. And I live in Michigan, and this is a Michigan basement. So my studio is actually a finished basement in Michigan. Setting the tension on a sewing machine, please. Okay, we'll make another video on the machines, because someone asked me about my machines, which ones I like, and I thought that'd be a pretty good answer. Question and answer, Q&A. I love the video. When I first started building a collection, this is how I do it all. Naris, I'm blind, so Naris. Okay, so we'll definitely do another video on that, because I'll probably have to, the machines are spread out. I'll probably have to do another one on that. So is there any other questions? So this, so you guys can see it real good. Look how bright that is, right? I bought this in 2011. I stuck this on this board in 2011. And it is a printed board, right? So right in front of your eyes, here we go. Not a mark. Now, I will say this. I do not pre-wash my fabric if I know I'm going to store it for any length of time. You know, you have that fabric that you want, and you're just like, girl, you don't need to buy that. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. And then you buy the fabric, and then you don't do. This was supposed to be a dress. This was a lot of fabric, and then I slowly chopped it away and didn't make a dress. But I've never, you know, they say it should be acid-free, and You know what? No, I'm not trying to die with all this fabric. I don't want to have it so long that it is dry rotted and stinky, and I guess it would transfer over time, but it's been on the board almost, what, 7, 8 years? 7 years. And I have never had a problem. Never had a problem. Now, if you want to use regular cardboard, feel free. But my thing is this. Just, it's not that deep. It really isn't. We do this for fun. You might do this for a business, but still it's something you're supposed to be passionate about, and it's supposed to make you happy. And if you're going to worry yourself to death, hell, you could have it in a bin and some mothballs things can get in there. I mean, try it. Don't like it, don't do it. As far as going to jail for reusing a box, and I hope we are all grown-ups on my channel, needs to be like PG-13 or rated R, because I do swear, okay? So I don't want to offend anyone. I'm forewarning you now, but I'm not going to apologize. You come in my comments, what is the difference between a sewing machine and a serger? There's a big difference, and that is going to be in the next video. Because we're going to talk about fabric right now. There's a huge difference. And if you're just starting, you will want to invest in a serger, but you don't have to spend a lot of money. Just the warning. Be nice. Be nice to others. Be nice to yourself. So, kill yourself if you think that you're going to go to jail. I've already, when I, not you, Danette, but there have been people, rated R, please change their perspectives. Be nice. You need to change it. No, it's not that deep. You're not going to go to jail if you don't want to use the boxes. I'm not stealing from the government. You know what? I pay a lot of money to ship stuff. People pay money to ship me stuff. I reuse the boxes instead of recycling them and putting them in the landfill, or however I participate in recycling. So that's really not true. But anyway, my point is, ouch, my bobby pin is pinching. Just don't come with the rigmarole. This works really good. And then I'm going to show you how to use saran wrap and some things you want to get to have in your sewing space. Like I said, I've had zero problems with fading or anything like that. Wrapping it this way, it keeps in sight if you see it all the time. How many times have you bought fabric, you fold it up, you stick it away, and then you see it again, and you were like, yeah, and then you rebuy the same fabric. You rebuy the same fabric because you're like, I didn't see it, or I couldn't find it, or blah blah blah, or I want to make something and I'm not inspired. This will keep it inspired. You don't have to worry about painting your walls, because trust me, I've seen pictures I wanted to buy and I couldn't buy them because I have no wall space. So wall space is, you know, just hang some stuff on your wall. So we're gonna get started. I think there's about 13 people, but the replay is mainly the so if I miss something, then you will have to do the replay and then type it in the comments. And I usually am really pretty good about getting back to the comments. Like I said, if you say anything negative and I take offense to it, then I'll delete your comment. Because we're all here to love and hug and rub the fabric. We all love the fabric. So, and I'm looking this way, even though I should be looking that way, because that's where the camera is. All right, so I'm going to set up the camera now. I'm going to set it up like this. I should use the back camera. Back camera is actually better. What do you guys think? Back camera? We'll use front camera. You guys can hear me too, so that's good. So I'm going to set this up on a table so you guys can see the whole table. And as you see, I already have some wrap. That's all 3 videos. All 3 freaking videos I did already. So I'm doing it again. I'm going to take these off so I can see. And we're going to go over here. Now, here is your shipping box. The only reason that this worked for me is because I realized one day when I was actually cutting foam boards, and that's how I started. I started trying to make my own boards, right? And one day I ran out of boards and I was like, oh man, look at this. I have a post doc. This was the cardboard box I was going to use. So when I cut this, I realized that I don't even have to measure it, right? So you get your box, and this is a box cutter. So get your box. This is a large flat rate shipping box. So once you have your box, and yes, they are free. Kinda. If you own, I guess if you're a business owner, I don't know. Right? And this is my cutting board. So you get 12 boards in one. And what we're doing today is we're not wrapping fabric. So this is not a redo of my main fabric wrap. This is going to be wrapping awkward fabric, bulky fabric, silky fabric, shifting fabric, fashion fabric. So let's do this. And like I said, if you stick around or jump back on, I'll answer some questions briefly when I'm done. I just don't want this video to be way too long. Okay, I got 12 boards from one box. You're going to need, unlike the first video, the very first video from a couple years ago, you need more than one board. You're going to need more than one board for anything 50 to 60 inches wide. Okay? So this is what we want to create. I'm going to move this out of the way. And we're going to start with, this is the clear bags. Well, we're going to put this back, of course. And this is, like I said, this is quilting fabric. Okay? So this is the 44-inch wide quilting fabric. Cotton, right? I fold it in half. I fold it in half again. I do not press. I do not pre-wash. So this is how simple this one is, right? Yards and yards and yards and yards. And then boom, done. Goes on the shelf like that. Okay. Now, let's get some complicated fabric. Let's get some fabric that's going to piss me off. Like this fabric. This fabric is not that pretty, but it's like super soft on your skin. And a lot of times I'll buy fabric that will feel good on me versus look good. Oh my God, I'm getting a Charlie horse. Okay. So for those of you who are from Michigan or the Metro Detroit area, this was bought at Heberman's. So I take out the little tag. It's $4.98 a yard, and you know I don't pay full price for nothing. So I think it was on sale. Alright, so I have a lot of this. This is 60-inch. And what I do is I fold it in half, salvage to salvage. And we're going to make this a very neat bolt, right? Where I'm looking at it. And I'm going to walk in front of the camera a few times too. So you want to line this up. Line this up. If you have help, that's always great. Pinch it, shake it out. Right? Then we're going to get it again. We're going to pinch it. Now, and I said this before, you're not going to, if you have a significant stash, and a significant stash is anything more than like 10 pieces. If you have more than 10 pieces, you're going to have to bring your patience to do this. It's not going to get done in one day unless you're really feeling it. It took you a long time to get all that fabric. So take your time. Do a couple bolts and then come back to it. I mean, because it can get frustrating. So, okay. And this is real funny style. This fabric is real funny style. Okay. See, it keeps moving. And take this, pinch it. Notice I didn't say pinch, I said pinch. And we're going to fold it again. You want to hold on to it real tight. Right? And see how it almost folds itself? Now anything more than I don't know, 4 or 5 yards, if it doesn't do that, don't get too mad. I also recommend, if you have some, always keep static guards. And I don't think static guards acid free, but if I put on my clothes, I put on my table to keep this. So I'm going to do this. And do this. And I'm going to look at the camera after about 12 minutes to make sure it don't cut off again. So I'm just going to pick up where it left off. Alright. You want to get the basic. Alright. You can hear this time, Andrea. Hey girl, why am I getting a Charlie horse though? Whew. I'm getting a Charlie horse. Alright. So this is that fabric Andrea has showed you. So here we go again. We're going to take 3 boards. 1, 2, 3. You're going to take the first board between the first 2 layers, right? A little bit down from your end. It's going to want to shift. Don't freak out. It's okay, trust me. You're going to take another board. You're going to stick it under all of it. And this is where your patience come into play. Because I have some, but I'm not the most patient person in the world. If I can do this, anybody can. And then I take my last board and I'm going to use it to sandwich. Just to get me going, right? Now, I know that it's cut here. And actually, this should be on the end, but I'm doing this video, so I'm not going to, because this needs to be the piece I cut first. But anyway, now you want to push down, holding all of the sandwich pieces together. And lay it. You don't want to pull on this. You don't want to like pull it and force it, because it's going to, you don't want to really distort the fabric by pulling on it, because you're storing it in a sense. And you don't want to get it and it's all stretched out. Get it going. Adjust the boards if you want. There we go. And once you get going, boom. There we go. There's a nice bolt of that big roll of fabric I had. Now it's in a bolt. Now what we're going to do is take our saran wrap. This is regular saran wrap from the grocery store. It's saran wrap brand. I've used other saran wraps, off brands. I just like saran wrap because it comes in bulk. You know, it comes in a lot of feet. I think this is like 1,000 feet. Whereas the dollar store, I think you only get like, I don't know, 40 feet. And then I cut with the little hand saw, I cut the 2 in half so I have short, short rolls. All right. So you always want to start it off and never cut it nice and smooth. Take it out of the box because you want to use your fingers to break this. So you're going to start, you're going to lay this like this. Right? Now, and if this, don't nobody ask me if this is acid free. You know why? Because if it's good enough to put my food in it, it's good enough for fabric. That's for sure. So please don't nobody ask me, is it acid free? I don't know. You put your mouth on it. You put your mouth on nastier things. Ooh. Come on, you gotta have a sense of humor, right? Alright, the reason I said don't cut it, stick your fingers through it and pull it, because you want to be able to, 1, pull this off and reuse that piece, and 2, you want to be able to start this again. So there is 1 bolt. That's fashion fabric. And also I have another video, and no, I am not a paid spokesperson. I just like the damn product. So let's say you have a pattern that you really like, that you want to use, which I had but I can't find. But you can take your clearbags.com envelope sleeves, and you can stick these in here also like this, and then you stack, or if you have it on the shelf, you have your stuff. That way you can say, oh, that's what I bought that fabric for. So get you some clear bags for your patterns. It helps big time. You can even put your notions and stuff in there. So let's do another one. What else did I touch on in the last video? Let's wrap another. Oh, let's do this fabric. Ooh, Wendy, I have some very silky fabric, and I can't. How do I wrap that? It's going to be all over the place. All right. So I always do salvage to salvage. I have no idea what I'm going to make with this. I just had to get it, though, because I'm addicted. A fabric junkie. Oh. So you fold it in half, right? Salvage to salvage. Because I'm right-handed, I make the salvage sides on the right side and the folded side on my left side. Because you tend to use your... So if you're left-handed, it would be opposite. You would have your salvage on the left side. Right? Now here comes the tricky part. You gotta do this without it slipping. So you're like, oh, it's shifting, it's shifting. I wouldn't recommend doing this on the floor unless you're really limber, and getting up and down or crawling on your knees isn't a problem, because you're gonna have to go back and forth. Alright, I'm gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna stop for a second and take any kind of questions you guys have. Alright, so this is the folded edge. I'm gonna pinch it and bring it this way. Is it raining yet?
No. Are you done?
No. I'm actually live right now. Alright. So, because it's pony style, and like I said, the static spray really helps. So pinch it. Pinch it, pinch it. We don't really want to distort the fabric that much. It's very delicate. Shake it, lay it. Alright. And you might mess up a few times. We all do. Okay. So there's the gist. Okay, so, oh, that's so pretty. So remember, we take our 3 boards. And sandwich, so we're going to put one here, and we're going to put it down some. One underneath all of them. Until we are comfortable, and then one on the top. Lightly lay it, and we're putting pressure. We're lifting with our thumbs and putting pressure on the boards as not to shift them, and if you shift them, it's okay. Start all over. Okay. Now, the better you get at this, or the more you do it, the better you'll get. Because I know I'm making this look very easy, but trust me, I've had many of trials and tribulations with this process. So now, and then this is some of the most irritating fabric to store. One, because it gets caught, snagged, and 2, because it will fall. If you stick it vertically on the shelf. You don't, you're like, oh, it's falling, it's falling. That's where this comes to play. This is where the saran wrap comes into play. So I open it up. Now, if you notice, I'm sticking the first piece in where it's unwrapping downwards because we're doing this. This way, you can do this without having the fabric shift. And I'm at an awkward position because I'm trying to lean over this table for this video. But if you were sitting down, it would be very nice. And then use your fingers. There we go. See, it already snagged right there. So if I had there we go, right? Now let's say, oh, it's touching. I don't want the bottom. You can wrap the saran wrap all the way to the bottom. You can even pull the board out a little bit. That way the bottom of the fabric won't be smashed. We don't want it to get smashed. So boom, there we go. Then if I had a pattern that needed to go in there. Now this process will work for all of your fabrics. This is a sportswear fabric. This is a jersey knit. And I had this fabric is for, this pattern is for this fabric. That's some more crepe. This is actually scuba knit. And this is the exact same process. Okay? And this is some more. I think this is, yep, this is scuba knit also. So this is all the same process. And this way, if I wanted to sort it by color, yeah, it might not be the same exact height, but you get the point. It's nice and neat. And also, if you have, using the saran wrap, this is the tag that came with the fabric that I ordered. This came from Texas. So why does it say low power mode? It's plugged in. Oh, I hope it doesn't cut off. Well, hope that answered your questions. Let me come around here before it shuts off. I know I have to do, I guess, a video on machines. It's a good serger. Take this around here. There we go. There we go. All right. So, did I miss anything? Did I leave anything out that I can't think of? I got the static guard. How do you do it? How do I do what? Anna's Magical World of Fun. How do I do what? How do I do what? So good. Scroll the question. She said so good. Everything good here. All right, as long as everyone's good, don't forget to subscribe. I have to scroll. Okay. Do I scroll, Andrea, before, or I'm going to lose all the comments. I know I am. Up. Scroll up. All right. Let me scroll up real quick and see your comments. Oh, there it is. Look at there. How wide is that one, Andrea? That was 62. Yes, what a great idea. Keep dust off? Yes. How did you cut the roll? Oh, okay. How did I cut the roll? How did I cut the roll? So it doesn't shift the movement. Static guard helps control. What is the static guard for? Turn your speaker up, kind of low. Okay. I'm sorry if you guys couldn't hear. Freezing screen. It's probably because my phone is about to die. You're very welcome, Mo Branch. Thank you, Andrea, Naris, Rodriguez, Anna's Magical World, JD. Don't know who that is. I'm at Max. Yeah. I am so sorry about the sound. How I cut the roll in half, just really quick before my phone dies. Let me come back up to the top. All right, scroll. Let me see if I have, because it might be in the garage. Do I have the saw in here? All right. This right here. This is like the smaller version of a handsaw. And okay, I gotta go, but this is how you cut it. Just by hand. Take your time. Don't press it, it'll melt. Take your time and let the blade, yeah. Take your time and let the blade do the cutting. So other than that, I don't have anything else. I'm going to go ahead and end this before my phone dies because I do not want to do this a fourth time. Love you guys. I will see you next time. Let me charge my phone, and maybe if I feel like it, tonight I'll do a machine video. If not, you'll definitely see one soon.